Hey everyone, welcome back to the Osteo and Physio YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at our 5-minute routine to help with severe osteoarthritis of the lumbar spine, so lumbar spondylosis. So what a lot of people struggle with is adding in a routine when they feel really stiff and restricted in that lower back. So for the first 30 seconds we want to actually just massage the deep lumbar rectus spinae muscles and surrounding muscles of the lower back. So you can either add heat if you feel like you struggle to do this, or just softening around near the spine. We next want to add in key movement through the whole spine. So although there's limited rotation into that lower back normally, it's good to add in side to side movement, because what we're actually doing here is moving through the joints as well as stretching the surrounding muscles. So we want to aim to gently rotate side to side for 30 seconds. Again, I'm doing this kneeling, but you can do this seated on a chair or you can do it standing, whatever feels better for you. We want to then add in very gentle flexion and extension. So what you'll normally find is one will be more of a struggle than the other. So the reason why we're doing it very gently in this video is we're looking for quality, not quantity. So just because you've been diagnosed with severe wear and tear or spondylosis in the lower back doesn't mean that you shouldn't try and regain some kind of movement and relaxation through this area. So this is what we want to target today. So very gently for this 30 seconds, going into flexion and extension. And again, you can do this standing or seated on a chair, obviously if you can go into that extension. And then we're going into 2 types of side bending. So initially we're doing this to open up through the facet joint, so moving side to side to add in that movement. So you're trying to, again, regain the range. So do this standing or do this kneeling or seated, whatever feels better for you. We want to start to open up through the facet joints and start to stretch through the muscles. Once you've done that for 30 seconds, you want to add in more of a stretch. So using the upper body to help with that movement in the lower back. I find obviously doing osteopathy, you see that everything links to each other, and it's unbelievable by moving one area the impact this can have on the rest of the body. So what we want to do here is try and add in obviously a deeper side bend, but also you're stretching up through the lats, which attach from the shoulder right the way down to the pelvis, and you're trying to regain a little bit of movement through. So again, you're not expected to go this far. It's just showing you the movements. We're looking at quality over quantity. If you feel like it's too much standing, or you feel like you can go onto an all fours position, I recommend doing cat-cow to try and regain some movement through. So again, as you're dropping down, you're bringing chin down towards chest and trying to arch the lower back as much as you can. And then as you go and you're breathing out, you go into that extended position, gently looking up through the neck and then into that lower back. So you might find reducing the range or going slower actually works better for you. So again, we want you to adapt this routine, because we're not looking for how much can you move, we're just trying to get you to move through this area. Same with the side bending that we did before, starting to add in that lovely kind of side to side movement, because what you're doing here is you're moving the pelvis, so you're looking at that optimal articulation between the pelvis and the lower back, as well as trying to regain movement through the spine. So very gently moving side to side to open up through the body. So again, 30 seconds of this, moving through, and then once we've done that, we want to gently stretch back. So again, you might not be able to do this depending on flexibility. This is the lower impact option where you're gently dropping back. If you can go back further, you can drop the upper body as well. So whatever feels more comfortable for you. It's not a race, it's not trying to see how far you can push it. We're looking at quality of movement today. So very gently going back into that child's pose stretch, or you can do it standing where you're flexing and just letting the arms hang forward. For the final minute, we recommend trigger point releasing around the area. So just because there is stiffness and wear and tear in the lower back doesn't mean that, you know, other areas doesn't get tight and sore as well, because think if that lower back mechanics is reduced or it's not moving optimally, the muscles have to compensate to help. So what you want to do here with the trigger point ball, or the trigger point release with the tennis ball, is you're going to find a point of tenderness, you're going to hold it until it gets about an 8 out of 10, and then you'll wait holding that position until the pain drops to about a 2. You want to do this for a minute. You can either do this as we're lying down or standing.